D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to This Week in Review. So, we're going to talk about TV, movies, everything that we normally talk about, but so the first thing I want to get into is TV. And of course, Black Lightning is still going on right now, and I can't say enough good things about this show. I think it's really good. I plan on doing a season 1 review once the full season is finished with, but I'm enjoying it so far. I do have some things that I don't like about it, but for the most part, I actually enjoy this show on a whole. It's really good. Also, Krypton debuted their first episode of the season, and I have to admit it was a little lackluster. I am looking forward to seeing Brainiac on any kind of screen, because we've never seen him on the big screen. Well, we have in Smallville, he was on there, but let's be honest, that wasn't that great of a representation of it. But I think that Brainiac looks great, and I can't wait to see him. But I just don't have high hopes for this show. I mean, like I said, the first episode was very lackluster, and I just didn't, it was okay, but it wasn't that great. I mean, like, let's be honest, when you're watching a Superman movie, you never go, there's too much Superman in this movie. So, when I'm watching the show, I go, there's no Superman. Why would I want to watch a Superman show without Superman? Like, what's the point, kind of thing? I mean, were we all hankering to know the history of Krypton? Because I wasn't. I already knew all about it. Then the last show I want to talk about is Legends of Tomorrow. And the episode that didn't debut. The episode that aired was, it was called Necromancing the Stone. And basically it was Sarah became a conduit for the Death Stone, or Death Totem, and she became pretty much a Death Witch, and I liked her whole look. She had that white pasty skin and everything, and then they showed her in her canary outfit from season 2 of Arrow, and I really liked that. I thought that was a great callback. Jesse Quick was also in the episode for like a hot second, but you know, you get her where you can, because I believe that actress just signed on to be on another TV show, so she only has, or not just to, I think she's on another TV show, but they get her when they can, and everything. And then we also saw, Nate get the Earth Totem, and Mick receive the Fire Totem. And I don't know how I feel about that. I hope he gets his gun back and they get rid of all the other totems besides what Amaya has and what Zari has. I just don't, I hope that the Legends don't keep the totems, just because I like them, because I like the whole magic aspect of the show and the DC universe in general. But I just don't want it on this show constantly. Although in other news, Constantine is going to be on the show as a regular for next seasons of Legends of Tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure that magic will play a really big part in season 4 of Legends of Tomorrow, which I am looking forward to. I love magic in both Marvel and DC universes, and I just love exploring that whole thing. So now I want to jump over to movies, and what came out this weekend in the box office, was, the biggest one was Pacific Rim Uprising. And I have to admit, I'm not interested in seeing this movie. I probably will, though. I mean, it looks fun as far as big robots and monsters, and I didn't want to see the first one. I thought it looked stupid. I thought it just looked like Power Rangers versus Godzilla, and I was just like, I'm not interested. But my brother was all like, come to the movie theater with me, I'll buy your ticket. And I was just like, no, I'll just come, it's fine. So he dragged me to the movie theater, went and saw it, loved it. It was so good. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I came and saw this movie. This one, I think, looks way more kiddish than the first one. I mean, like, when I saw this one, especially that first teaser trailer, I was just like, I am 110% not interested. I'm more not interested in this movie than I was in the last one before I saw it. But in saying that, I will probably see it, but I'm not going to go to the movie theater and see it. Something that I did see, and I got dragged to see, was the movie Unsane with Claire Foy, and I'm going to talk about her in the news. But this movie is not good. Don't go see this movie. I'm not going to do a review of it. It's just not worth your time. It wasn't worth my time. Don't see it in the theater. If you do want to see it, wait until it comes out on Redbox or streaming. That's the best place to see it. It's just, they tried to get too many, like, ideas into one movie. Like, there's, like, 3 ideas, and they didn't have enough time to explore each one and really get a conclusion to each one. And I just felt like they were doing too much in one movie. but the things they were trying to say were good, but they didn't get time to say all of what they wanted to say in a 2-hour movie. So in other news, in the entertainment world, so on Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown has gone into negotiations. And a lot of people don't know, but for instance, when Friends was going in to negotiate, Lisa Kudrow got all the cast members together and they decided to negotiate as a group, and everybody would get paid the same per episode. And it really, it kind of set a precedent and everything. And it was great because some people were lesser known, like Lisa Kudrow. And so they got paid the same as the other bigger actors. But so if it's in the Stranger Things, it's gone to a tier system as far as who gets paid and what they get paid. And Winona Ryder and David Harbour, when the show first started out, Winona Ryder got paid more than David Harbour because she was the name talent on there. If you're a younger generation, you might not know who she is, but the name kind of sounds familiar, Winona Ryder. But of course, not too many people knew who Dave Harbour was. But they, and it's a good thing that Winona Ryder, it was a woman that got paid the most on the show, got paid more because she wouldn't be asked to be giving it back, poor Matt Smith, which I will get into that in the second story because they both kind of go together, But anyway, so they get paid, so the tier system is David Harbour and Winona Ryder get paid $350,000 an episode. And then it goes down to the 4 boys, and they get paid $250 an episode, and that's only 100 less. And then the 3 teenagers, Nancy, John, and Steve, will all get paid $150,000 an episode, and I believe that's because they have less screen time. Now, Millie Bobby Brown is in secret dealing, so we don't know how much she's going to get paid, but they're rumored to be around $300,000, not too much more than the boys. And I have to be honest with you, I don't know how she wants her image to come across, but I personally don't think she comes across good. I know a lot of people find her charming. They think that she's the best part of the show, and I have to disagree. I do like her character, but season 2, she wasn't all that great. I mean, there's just a lot of things to be said about that, but I think that she comes across very, not the way I think that she should. She doesn't show up to red carpet events with the boys. She's very, on her own, and I understand that as an actor, you have to branch out, but I think that Wolf... Ganghart, I don't remember how you say his name. He was in it, and he still appears with the other boys on that show, and I think it says a lot about her character, and I think that she should think about how she wants to go forward from this point on. And I know that because she's going to have plenty of moments where she's going to have her own time to be alone, and she's got that new Godzilla movie coming out that she's going to be in, and she will have plenty of time to be without those boys on the red carpet and in interviews and all that stuff. I just think she comes across, in my opinion, very negatively, very diva-esque, and I don't like it. But I mean, if that's the way her team wants to put it together, and that's the way they want to put it together, I mean, you can't say anything about it because what do we know? And then the second thing I want to talk about, because I mentioned Matt Smith before. So if you read, and I will leave a link to the articles down below, but Matt Smith, it was the production company for the show, The Queen, had made the mistake of announcing that Matt Smith for season 1, and Matt Smith and John Lithgow got paid more than Claire Foy. And a lot of people got very angry about that. They said, why shouldn't the Queen get paid the most? And at that time, Claire Foy was an unknown. Nobody knew who Claire Foy was. Most people still don't know who Claire Foy was. I mean, if you ask cinephiles like ourselves or people that watch shows constantly, then of course we know who she is, but only because of the Queen. Before the Queen, you didn't know who she was, and if you did, it was such a niche market of people that knew who she was. But so they did announce that they got paid more, that Matt Smith got paid more for season 1 and season 2. And a lot of people freaked out about that, especially those in the Me Too movement. And they said that he should donate that extra money that he got over Claire Foy to the Me Too movement. And then the production company has since apologized to Matt and Claire for putting them in this situation. And they should have never discussed their salaries openly like that. It was completely wrong, and Matt Smith and Claire Foy should be very upset about it. And they are willing to pay the difference to the Me Too movement of Matt Smith's money, or they're willing to pay not to the Me Too movement. They're willing to pay the difference. And everything, which I don't think they should. What you have to realize is when it comes with movies or shows, when you get a named talent, whether it's male or female, you should get them. They should get the most money, because people go to see a movie that's got Meryl Streep in it because of the name recognition, or a movie with somebody famous in it. When you see someone's name, you automatically have name recognition, so you're more likely to go see that than a movie that has someone you've never seen before or heard of before. And I think this is really, and it upsets me a little bit, because I do believe in equal work, equal pay, and a lot of people are getting on to Matt Smith about this and saying he should donate. In fact, there's like 22,000 names on this petition. And it's very unfair, because nobody got on to Jennifer Lawrence, who got paid $8 million more than Chris Pratt in the Passengers movie. Nobody got on to her about it and said she should donate her money. When you go into negotiations, Hollywood is a business, and when you go into negotiations, if you're not... if your team does not have your best foot forward, then that's their fault, and that's your fault for not hiring competent people. And I just think it's a crappy situation, and I feel really bad for them that they have to be put in this. So, what's up next? Well, coming up as far as TV shows goes, of course our favorites will be back, except for The Flash. The Flash will be back. As I'm posting this video, I believe it's 16 days. I think they're taking like a 2-week vacation, 2 or 3 week vacation, I can't remember. But they're on hiatus for, 16 days, and then they will be back. But we'll get Arrow, of course we'll get Black Lightning, and then of course we'll get Legends of Tomorrow, which they will be airing their episode Ava, and that's where she's like, there's like a bunch of Ava clones and everything. I'm not sure what's going down with that, but I will be watching and everything. I hope you watch it too. And Krypton, of course. I am gonna watch Krypton season 1, but I don't know if it's gonna be good. I'm really not interested in this show. I am gonna watch it though, because you can't say heads or tails of it if you don't watch it, but I don't think it's gonna be that great. Also in TV will be the finale of The Alienist, and I don't know if you're watching this series, but it'll be the 10th episode, and I have been watching it. I will be doing a review of this show. I just love the whole Victorian thriller, and I love, who doesn't love a good mystery and everything, and I just think I will talk about it in my review, but it's not the best show and not the best Victorian thriller, but it's really good in my opinion. Well, it's good, not really good, sorry. And then coming up in movies, the biggest one coming out this weekend, this Friday, is Ready Player One. And this is based off a popular book. And I have to tell you right now, I am excited to see this movie. I read the book. I loved the book. I know some people don't like it, the book, but I think it's great. It's so good. I know a lot of people are talking about like, oh, you're just getting the whole nostalgic feel and everything. That's the only reason you like it. And maybe that's true. But when I read the book, like some stuff they were talking about, I didn't know what they were talking about, but I still loved it. It's so good. I think that the movie won't be as good as the book, but I think it'll be decent. It's Steven Spielberg, and yeah, he hasn't done that great recently, but I think that this movie will be at least decent and okay. So I don't think it'll be bad at all. So that is my weekend review. Tell me what you guys think about the stories that I covered and everything. You can leave your comments in the section down below. You can go ahead and click that like button if you want. I get it if you don't want to. You can subscribe if you don't want to. That's cool also. And I will see you guys later. Bye.